Alright, hello, this is the Crunchy Fat, and this is the second time of me recording this. This is What If Female Deku Was a Ghoul. So, hold on, sorry about that. As I was saying, in some of these Ghoul Deku ones, she'll be a half ghoul, and I'm using Eto because I'm wanting to change it up a bit, and it's the closest thing I could get to a female Ghoul Deku. So, she will be a Chimera variant Ghoul. So this is her Yukaku, and this is her Rinkaku. And you guys might say, wait, doesn't this technically count as a Binkaku? No, not really, because when I looked up Rinkaku, this was one of the results, so... Anyway, continuing forward. So, Hizashi will be the ghoul, and Inko will be the human in their relationship. So, Hizashi and Inko have been together for years now, and Inko is well aware that Hizashi is a ghoul, yet, and she still wanted to have a child with him. So they decided that they should have a kid, and 9 months later, Izumi Midoriya would have been born. Now, the CCG does exist in this world as well, and they deal with ghoul-related crimes like they do in Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul RE. As Izumi would have been born in their apartment because Hizashi knew that if there was a possibility that the doctors would have reported a ghoul child being born, and they probably would have ended up taking Izumi away and or eliminating Izumi before she could become a threat. Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally dropped my phone. So anyway, continuing. Izumi would have grown up with both her parents because Hizashi would have needed to raise her in order to use her abilities well. So when Izumi was young, Hizashi would usually go out hunting to get some food for Izumi because she can technically eat human foods, but she mainly eats human flesh for the RC cells, so that she can become stronger, and that she doesn't really end up starving her RC cells and her RC sac, because I'm pretty sure the RC sac only takes RC cells. Anyway, continuing. Izumi would have to wear an eye patch in order to cover up her eye, because a lot of people still... There are some people who don't believe ghouls exist, and one of these people would be her friend Bakugo. As Bakugo wouldn't believe ghouls exist, as he would say... Hold on, give me a minute. Sorry about that. As Bakugo would say, it doesn't matter if ghouls exist or not, I'll still beat them with my quirk. Because compared to me, they're weak. And Izumi's just listening to this as she's thinking to herself, yeah, Bakugo would not win a fight against a ghoul. Heck, even if he did win a fight against a ghoul, it would probably be against a starved one, and even those ones are very dangerous. As Izumi, who would have been training with her father using her Yukaku and her Rinkaku, as they would have done this in the forest, so nobody would have seen them. As one day, while they were training, they were almost caught by somebody, but Hizashi had picked up somebody's scent before they had gone into the area. So Hizashi had warned Izumi about it, and basically took her undercover and hid her while that person was passing through the area. As Hizashi would have breathed out a sigh of relief, as he would have said, "That was a close one. But Izumi, there's something I need to teach you about this world." As Hisashi would explain to Izumi, there are people in this world who won't believe that people like us exist, and there will be people that will fear us. As Hisashi would then say, "You are probably the only one who could help both ghouls and humans alike to live in peace." Because why? Actually, as Izumi would say, how could I do that? It wouldn't really be possible. As Hisashi would say, why? Why would that not be possible? As he would then pinch Izumi's cheek like a playful pinch, as he would say, "You are living evidence that ghouls and humans can live in peace. Do not forget that." As Izumi would say, "Yes, Dad, of course." Now, ghouls can attend UA and other hero schools, but they are heavily discriminated against. Actually, scratch the part where I said that people think that ghouls are fake. They do exist, and they can attend UA, but they are heavily discriminated against because of their dangerous nature. And they do have their own class, which is Class 1S. As Izumi would have been training with Hisashi for years, until one day Hisashi didn't come back. As later in the day, the news would come up saying that the ghoul, hold on, give me a minute. Okay, the ghoul Salamander had been killed by the CCG, and Salamander is Hisashi's ghoul name. This is a ghoul code name. As Izumi would have heard this, as Inko would have been weeping, as Izumi would have begun to think that Dad is gone. Hold on, give me a minute. I should say, "Dad's gone. I don't believe it." Now, at this time, Izumi is about 10 years old. So, as she's basically weeping at this point, also UA is a college in this. Because a lot of what if YouTubers now are making UA a college, because a lot of us do find it absolutely stupid that UA allows teenagers to become heroes. So yeah. As Izumi would have gone through the next couple of years of her life, keeping her ghoul identity under wraps, as Inko would have helped Izumi in training her Kagune. But over the years, Izumi had developed of eating and all that. Hold on. So I'll get to her first encounter with another ghoul. So Izumi would have been walking through the streets at the age of 16 years old. So she's 16 right now, and she looks like how she does in the picture, but she looks younger. Actually, no, she looks exactly like she does in the picture. As she's walking through the streets, somebody steps out from the shadows, as this man would be... Damn it, sorry about that. This man would be a full-blooded ghoul. As he would say, he'd begin to mutter, "Eat, eat, eat," as he'd then bring out his Kagune, as he'd yell, "I must eat!" As I'll say that his Kagune was a hon. I'll say his Kagune was a Kokaku, which is the blade one, as he would charge towards Izumi with intention to devour her. But Izumi would bring out her Yukaku like this and use the bladed tips of her wings to slice off the man's arms and legs. As Izumi would look at him with her hands with her hands like in the picture and her face like that in the picture as well. She'd say, my, somebody felt a ghoul appears to have fallen in front of me without their arms and legs. That's a real shame. As she would then use her rinkaku to impale into the ghoul. As you'd say, as the ghoul would yell out in pain, as he'd say, why? What are you? As Izumi would look down at him, as she'd say, me? Oh, I'm a half ghoul, and I'm going to be the last thing you ever see. As she'd then bring out her yukaku again, while her rinkaku is pinning him down, as she'd then slash the ghoul, killing him, as she then looks at the ghoul with a smile like this, as she would then begin to eat him. As she does have a ghoul outfit, and it looks like how it does in this picture. This is her ghoul outfit. As Izumi would have been continued her walk as she would have gone home. As she would say to her mother that she's home. As Inko would say, welcome home, dear. As Inko would have seen the little blood droplet coming down from the side of Izumi's mouth. And she would have walked up and just started to clean Izumi's mouth. As she would say, Izumi, did you get what happened this time? As Izumi would have said, well, I encountered another ghoul and I killed them and ate them. As Inka would sigh, as she would say, you're just like your father when he was younger. Always, whenever he got attacked by a ghoul, he would always eat them and kill them and eat them. You remind me so much of him every single day. As Inka would then say, I miss him dearly. As Izumi would then hug Inko, as she would say, so do I, Mom, so do I. As that is where I'll end this part off. I'm sorry if it's not as long as you guys expected it to be, but it was on short notice, so I didn't really have much time to plan. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will be uploading Zombie Dragon as well today, so that'll be posted at midnight. So some of you who are in like different time zones might want to look out for that. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Ta-ta!